This is really connected to nothing. Hello everyone, and welcome to, I was just kind of posing from, hopefully, my thumbnail. Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of Baby Driver, which I got to see last night. Let's take that off. Yeah, I'll give you my review for, Baby, which I saw, Baby Driver, which I saw last night. I'm here to give you my thoughts on this movie overall, and, just kind of, give it out here. Okay, whenever I like to do this type of stuff on my account here, I like to usually talk about the director's filmography before, and leading up towards my expectations with this film. Of course, the man who directed this film is Edgar Wright, and the same director who's done, Shaun Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. Those are, for me at least, my favorite comedies of all time. I love those three movies. They are the unofficial Cornetto trilogy, which is among some of my favorite movies of all time. I would honestly even put all three of these probably in my top 20 of all time. I just adore those films to death. And, for me getting ready to see this new Edgar Wright movie, which I was super excited about, I also watched every single Edgar Wright movie, so that I can at least have a bit more refreshed memory of his filmography going to his film. Again, these two films, in my opinion, still hold up. They are wonderful movies. But one little thing, I think we all think that number one movie that we hate, but everyone else loves, and it's a very unpopular opinion. You either love these movies that everyone hates or everyone loves. Here's the thing. I fucking hate Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I could not stand that movie. I don't even own it on DVD, and I watched it online, and I'm drinking 10 minutes into that movie, and I'm already done. I just don't want to watch this. I was just oh my god, this is horrible. I just really don't like the movie. It's just really not easy for me to sit through it. I just really, really hated that film, but regardless, I watched it. So yes, I'm so excited, so intrigued, and so anticipated to see Baby Driver, because Edgar Wright's last film was The World's End. And that movie is probably one of my, I would say, top 10 films of recent years, I would honestly say. The first 5 years of 2010 to 2014. So regardless of all of this, the first 3 minutes of this video already wasted. Does Baby Driver live up to my expectations of it being among his greats? Will I hold up to the same standard as a Cornetto trilogy, or will I hold it with such disdain as I do with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? Thankfully, it definitely leans towards a good side. This movie is friggin' spectacular. It really is. I just thought this movie was so vibrant, fun, beautiful, vivid. I love the cast. Holy shit, it was awesome. And in this movie, quick glimpse of the story itself is that Baby Driver, played by Ansel Elgort, the story of him is that when he was very young, he was in a car crash which screwed up his hearing, and not a big spoiler, but it killed his parents when he was very young, and it screwed up his hearing. He has a constant pitch of a hum in his ears, so that whenever he's driving, or for the most majority of the time, he listens to music. He has several different iPods, and he listens to the music just to drown it out, so it allows him to focus on the driving, and or at least great character moments when it's just beating on the drum or beating on a car like that. And he's just such a fun character, and to follow with, and at a young age he gets wrapped in with this mom thing led by Kevin Spacey's character, and that he's essentially their number one driver to always go with. He's been with them for a while, and one day on this off time, he meets a girl played by what is her name? Lily James. And due to that, it kind of affects him personally, while also being in the group, which would affect them all in their own right, in their own weird way, and yet At that point, it lets the cars fall. And that's the main story, without going too deep into information there, where it reaches spoiler area. But yeah, this movie was fucking awesome. It really blew me away. I loved how sharp and intense it was. I love how beautiful it was. The vibrant nature, the crisp, beautiful directing by Edgar Wright, that fast, quick, edited, here type of editing. It works so brilliantly well, especially when you keep it in a story this grounded and this essentially emotional, very real, very, very honest storytelling where it feels a hint romantic, but a hint realistic, and it has a good match of that. And an emotional romance part comes really, really well with both Lily James and Ansel Elgort, who are probably in my favorite scenes in the movie. Just those two together, they have wonderful chemistry. Ansel Elgort is amazing in this role. He really is. He's truly does sell that sense of cool, calm, charismatic, and yet wise, and yet loyal feeling to this kid. Like, he's really, honestly, honestly, that's a slight criticism on him. He may be a bit too perfect. I may say that, but he's still a great character, and he sells it beautifully. Lily James is just porn in human form. She is just, in my opinion, she's woman perfection. She is just amazing to look at. And she's actually really good. And I was afraid of her being like, I'm like, okay, is she not going to be that good of an actor? But I remembered Cinderella and how surprisingly good she was in that role. And a bunch of other shows that she was in that I've heard of. She really just sold me just as well. She seriously just blew me away with the scenes she had with Ansel Elgort. The chemistry was immaculate. In my opinion, when romance is done right, it feels like how romance should be, when everything kind of fades away and your attention is just on her. And that is how true, real, genuine love, I would say, works. When you look at the one you love, regardless of who they be, everything kind of just fades away, and you just kind of go, you really are kind of lost for words, and he really finds himself literally breathless at her, and she's seriously, their romance, truly amazing. In my opinion, I haven't seen, in a big, fun, blockbuster movie, a romance this great, in my memory, probably since The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm sure there's probably some other films from in between of those few years, but seriously, their romance is just amazing. Not to mention Kevin Spacey is awesome, Jamie Foxx, Elisa Gonzalez, Jamie Foxx, John Hamm, and John Bernthal are so damn awesome. I will say, I don't remember much from John Berthal's character, but he's still really great. A lot of side characters in this movie, I honestly gotta say, the one who surprised me the most, John Hamm. His character is so unexpected, so interesting, and yet constantly shifting at least, where I was just continuously, at least in my opinion, I was continuously blown away from what I saw from his character. Every single twist, every single reach of the story as it goes along, which is a good praise for the storytelling, because it's told in such a weird, unique way, where I just loved it. That's kind of lost my track there. Where I would say it just felt seamless, really, and I loved how tight it was, how beautiful it was. Oh man, I'm just kind of lost now, because my reviews and themselves, I kind of just improvise, really, so I don't really plan them out. But overall, it's like no, not overall. But everyone worked so damn well in this movie, and Kevin Spacey as the main boss is awesome. There's so many great twists and turns in this movie. Even when you can, there's so many, again, as I was trying to say before, the storytelling is just so damn good that I was really I did not know what angles would turn at what time. So it really kept me in the dark the whole time. At certain times I'm like, okay, maybe this will happen. No, it threw me for a loop, and I was like, wow, I really did not expect that. And it took an alternate, I wouldn't say alternate, but it took a route in the end which I didn't find lazy, nor contrived, nor even predictable. It was truly fun. Not only did it genuinely work, but it made sense for the overall weird, vibrant tone it was going for, and I love that. Seriously, I can't give this movie enough praise for its own sake. Will I ever hold it to the same degree as the Cornetto trilogy here? Which is like, probably no, but it's like, these three movies, in my opinion, are like A pluses. Scott Pilgrim vs. World is like a D. This, in my opinion, is like a solid A minus. It really is just a damn great movie. I do have a couple of complaints. I do have a few. One of my small complaints with this movie is that I do think the pacing in the middle act does tend to slow down, and at those moments I kind of could feel the speed of this movie kind of slow down, and I felt like a little bit, I won't say bored, but I could definitely tell when it's not going as fast. I will say that's just my little complaint. The middle act, when it slows down, I kind of feel a little bit bored at times. But at least I wouldn't say bored, but at least I didn't feel myself as convinced within those moments. But still, but I would at least say, at least at those moments, they still kept it very interesting, intriguing, and above all things, just really, really cool and beautiful, as always. It's like, if you're going to slow the story down, and if you're going to keep it a little bit more bogged down at certain scenes where it needs to be a bit more focused and stuff like that, at least keep the focus of where it needs to be focused and still keep it interesting. That's what other films tend to do in my mind. When they drag down, they kind of tend to focus on not as interesting things, unfortunately. But thankfully, this film really does know how to slow it down and keep the focus on the strong, and keep the focus where it needs to be focused on. And that's a really big credit to the storytelling team and the main characters. And I think they were all just really, really strong. No, and I did kind of complain about earlier of, like, Baby himself is a little bit too perfect. And I do raise the question, he's a bit of a Boy Scout. Why the hell is he in a drug... Okay, not a drug group, but why is he in a gang? Like, when you think of people like the cast of this movie, like, they all like some kind of weird edge to them, like, and I'm like, I could definitely see Jamie Foxx's character and why he's in this type of scenario, but I'm like, I wasn't really convinced why Ansel Elgort, at least Baby, the main character himself, which arguably has to be the worst name in cinematic history. I'm like, why the fuck that name? That's just a dumb name. That's just my little complaint. I'm like, why that name? Why the name Baby? I think that's one of the worst names for any character ever. But that's just my little complaint about it. But all around, I loved Baby Driver. Yeah, I do think it's a little bit slow at times. And, I will say, just in my opinion, this is again, it's so damn good that it feels like whenever I'm criticizing something, it feels like I'm truly nitpicking. And that's because I am. I'm really just I'm like, what do I not like about this movie? I will say, the ending for it, as great as it was, tended to, I would say drag, but it felt a little bit longer than it should have been. This movie's just at 2 hours. And I felt it was actually a little bit longer than 2 hours. I was like, was this movie like 2 hours and 10 minutes? I'm like, no, it's 2 hours itself. So I do think, at least in my opinion, when it kind of does slow down, you can feel the strain of the storytelling. But that's what happens when you have a strong narrative focus on something. And this movie is literally like the perfect antidote for the Fast and Furious franchise. But that franchise is dumb, stupid, and fun. This movie is sharp, it's witty, it's well done. And above all things, it's very smart with great characters. And it really can lend you off and really make you feel this awesome. All in all, fucking A, Baby Driver was awesome. And I give Baby Driver, in my opinion, Yeah, but it's fine. I'm gonna give it, in my opinion, 91. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it a 90%. Everyone, that's my rating for this movie. It definitely is among my top 3 of the year. I would definitely say. Yeah, and I'm just really excited for the future for more movie reviews. Everyone, this weekend I'll probably have my review for 47 Meters Down. I'll probably have that on Saturday because I'm seeing it tonight. And then hopefully I'll be seeing, Spider-Man Homecoming and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which look amazing. The other reviews for both has been exceptional, so yeah, I'm excited for that. All in all, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the future for more videos as always. Till then everyone, thank you very much, and as always, have a great day. Bye-bye.